Alright, I'm just going to talk about a book called The Dark Knight Golden Dawn Deluxe Edition. I was in Forbidden Planet and they had this in their sale rack for $5.99. So I thought, okay, it's nice hardback, looks pretty snazzy, I'll pick that up. It's a story set just after Batman has returned from his quest through time. He's setting up Batman Incorporated. The story revolves around a character from Bruce's childhood who is a little girl called Dawn Golden. She's got a weird, creepy father, and they play together, and he kind of fancies her as a child, but then she obviously gets estranged from him due to the events that cause him to become Batman. She becomes a socialite and a sort of vapid individual. She's obviously beautiful, and then she gets kidnapped one night, and Batman goes on the trail of her kidnappers. This leads to a story involving Etrigan the Demon, and it turns out that Dawn's father was a cult leader, and she was being raised in order to be sacrificed so he can have ultimate power, as you might expect. Get range of Batman villains from Killer Croc to the Penguin, and it's an enjoyable read. It's not the longest story in the world. It's interesting to see Etrigan in a story with Batman, and I think the best part about it is the artwork. It's really reminiscent of Jim Lee's style of artwork. Everyone looks great. Man, woman, monster. They all are drawn really, really well. And this is the kind of art style that suits Batman as far as I'm concerned. The plot itself has got more holes than Swiss cheese. I mean, there's jumps in the story that I don't even think are related to sort of other issues that, you know, maybe I should be buying or should have read. It just jumps and it doesn't make sense. Whether or not they had a strict page count that they were trying to keep to and they had to just drop the whole sections, I'm not sure, but I just really didn't feel like it was coherent in some places. One minute he's doing one thing and saying something, then the next page he's doing something totally different and unrelated, and there's been this massive leap in storytelling. I did even go back a couple of times and check that the pages weren't like missing or stuck together, and that was why it was in the sale. Because of that, the story at the end is left relatively unsatisfying, because you don't feel you've had the whole picture given out to you. It's padded out as a deluxe edition by the addition of a couple of short stories, maybe 6 or 7 pages long each. There's one detailing some mythology behind the bat that came into Wayne Manor on the night Bruce Wayne was considering whether or not to start his crime fighting life. There's a little bit about Batman Incorporated and them setting up some plotting elements around that, and then there's a sort of very short one with Damian and Connor Kent grown up, just talking about their fathers. To be honest, they're sort of take it or leave it stories. They don't bring anything to anything, and they really are just padded and they feel like it. For £6, it's a nice copy to have, and I say the artwork pulls it through, but I wouldn't go out your way to get this as some sort of, I must have it in my collection book, because it just isn't up to the task. I did see they had Batman Incorporated as a great big compilation in there for quite a low price, so I thought I might go back and get that and read that, but I've just got this feeling that there's loads of side stories and spin-offs that would just need to be read in order to properly understand it. A bit like Blackest Night with the Green Lanterns, which is why I haven't read it or got into it, because I don't want to suddenly have to invest time, money and energy into getting all of these different stories.